Hey everybody, I'm Garrett,
And I'm Carolyn.
and we're Diary of a Family.
We're living life intentionally with you. We're a little late, aren't we?
Just a little bit.
Ah. We made some decisions and we'll talk about that in a little while. But first, Happy New Year!
Happy 2021.
Happy 2021!
I'm glad I'll be able to go back to writing just 2-1 in my
2-1. Right.
when you have to sign something, because it was advised that you'd write 2020
Because
on
if you
everything
just
because
wrote 20, somebody could add 2 more numbers to it. Change the date to 2017, 2019. Change your date completely, even if you only meant to say 2020. So now we can go back to just 21.
Yep. And bear with us as we make a few adjustments. We have things going on in the background as well, and I hope that we'll be able to get to this interview.
Oh, we will. I
Yes,
have
we will.
total faith in your computer skills. He's got some stuff going on in the background right now, and everything's going to go off flawlessly. Everything's going to go off flawlessly. So, welcome to the show. If you don't know us, I'm Carolyn. This
I'm
is Garrett. And we do a live stream once a week for your viewing privileges. I don't know how to say that.
We love to connect with our audience, with DFAMers, as we call them. So be active in the chat.
We love the
If you're
chat.
watching this, say, hey, I'm here, first time here. Just
Shoot us a question.
Shoot us a question,
Yeah.
whatever. And we will be answering those live.
Yeah. If you are watching this after the recording, our live streams usually happen Saturday afternoon, 4 p.m. Central Time. Tonight is late, and we'll tell
It's
you
a
why.
little bit later than normal.
It is. It's 7:30 now.
So our question for the video, make sure to leave it in the chat or in the comments if you're watching later. What is your favorite New Year's tradition or food?
Or food.
Whether it is your favorite thing or not, I don't know. But what is your
What
New Year
does your
tradition?
family do every year? Tradition-wise, traditional food-wise. Miss Bridget Machida, who is on our live stream at this moment, she was the one that submitted that question to me this morning. So I love it. I get to give you questions now that the DFAM has submitted. So this is great. Usually I have to come up with the questions.
Yeah.
Jerome, hello, welcome to the show. We are excited because this evening we have an interview that we recorded yesterday. And so it's another couple from our DFAM.
Yep.
And it's just great that we can ask questions on camera and share who our DFAM really are with all of you. So,
Yeah, Bridget said sauerkraut and kielbasas.
New Year traditional
Jerome
food.
says Gillette de Royce.
Good try. Let me see if I can do better. Galette de Royce or de Roy. Maybe it's French and you don't pronounce the S. I don't know French very well. My sister took French.
Yep.
I didn't really pay attention to it all that much. But I mean, it's Spanish, French, English. There's similarities.
Hey, Sorrel.
X marks the spot. Welcome.
Had my black eyed
We
peas.
miss you guys. Black-eyed peas, is that your family tradition? Ooh, I like black-eyed peas. My mom makes them slathered in butter and cooked through with rosemary. It's just spectacular. I love rosemary. I love it. Actually, Timothy, our middle child, he's 7, and he went out today and came back saying, Mom, I found rosemary. I was like, yeah, it's probably some weed. So I said, well, bring me back some. And sure enough, he brings me back some little twigs in his hand, and I smell them, and they were rosemary. I said, here's the scissors. Go cut me a branch. I love rosemary. All right, so if you are just joining us, our question for you is, what is your New Year's tradition or food? I'm going to share a tradition because I'm not so sure that we have a food, just a traditional food.
Yeah.
Growing up, our young adults pastors, family members to the pastor, they would have everybody come out to their property, bring their old Christmas trees. They're all dried, pine needles falling off of them. They're ready for a burn pile. You bring out your Christmas tree, and they rig them up with fireworks. Pour some gasoline, yes. And then on the stroke of midnight, light them up, big bonfire, fireworks shooting off everywhere.
40 foot plus flames.
Oh my gosh, awesome.
Because, I mean, how many Christmas trees that have been bone dry for a month or two?
Usually there was 4 to 6 Christmas trees all tricked out. So huge bonfire, lots of fireworks. One year it was, they have their house kind of up on the top of their property, and then they have like a field down below. The first couple of years they had it up near the house, and one year those fireworks were shooting at us. We had to dive behind cars and pray that the fireworks didn't like light something on fire. So the following year they moved it down to the field. Yeah. Anyway, pretty fun times.
So Jerome said that it is a dessert like a pie, where you hide a ceramic small sculpture for the kids to find and be the king or queen for the day.
That's awesome. And the king or queen gets special prizes, I assume. And
how long does that last? Does it last for a couple of days, for a week, or for a month?
The kingship?
Yeah, because for the day. Do you do it once? Do you do it twice? How many pies do you have to make? All the pies.
Oh my goodness.
So we do have the interview. So
awesome. Okay, so Garrett's project is all finished. He was rendering out our interview right at the last minute. We were having computer issues. I mean, you were doing it at dinner time, so it's been about an hour of you trying to figure things out. So that's going to be exciting. But why are we so late?
Well, so what had happened was...
That's our favorite thing.
So we had been in this park for quite a while, and were considered domicile residents of the park. And one of the things that is very interesting is we could stay, but we didn't let them know when we were leaving. And so I talked to the office, and they were like, well, I'll put you down for the December 31st. And we're like, okay.
We ended up needing to stay longer for work purposes.
Yep. So we're staying a little bit longer, and we went to the office and said, okay, we're leaving on the 10th. And they're like, well, we have you leaving on the 31st. And
somebody's already booked in your site.
And there's someone booked in the site for 5 weeks.
So
starting
we're
tomorrow.
Long-term.
Yeah.
We're long-term. And so we were back in the back part where they have the long-term people. The special people, right? And so this person, he's coming in for the 5-week training course, is considered long-term, and they want him back in the back. So what we've done is moved up to the front into a pull-through spot that they usually use for people who are here 1 week, 2 weeks, couple of days.
Well, I think what happened was there was a couple people that had booked the class and had dropped out. So there was 50 people that were supposed to do the class. Now there's 47.
So we moved. We were planning to move tomorrow, but we decided, the weather is great. The sun is out. It's warm.
Yeah.
Let's just get it over with. Nobody was in the site for tonight, and we'd have to do it tomorrow morning before the gentleman showed up. So, yeah.
Yeah, we checked with the office, and they were like, if you want to move, totally cool.
Yep. Garrett, you're getting a call from Cocoa, Florida.
Okay, so...
You get random calls. Actually, now that you are working... Okay,
I might
guys.
have a job tonight.
We posted Garrett's business, magnets on the truck, big sign on the front with business cards.
If you haven't seen them, I'll pull them out for you.
Yes, they're really fancy.
But there are people pulling in, and already I have one person scheduled to come in. Oh, come on.
One person needs... Yeah, you got it. Hold it still.
Right there.
Oh, and it...
It's our face. It's our face. There we go.
There, beautiful. All
right.
So yeah, Garrett has a possible job tomorrow.
Yep. And then looking at that number, most likely it was someone that pulled into the park, and I'm hoping I'll check the voicemail and see what the problem is when we do our interview. So
yeah. So that's why we're so late. just moving spots.
Yep.
It didn't take us too long.
The problem is that tomorrow, the rest of the people that come, the rest of the students that are coming in for the class are coming in. And
A lot.
yeah,
Like when we came in a day or two before, but then how many rigs were supposed to come in all at once the next day? Like 40?
Yeah.
40 rigs
Yeah,
all in
there's
the
a
same
lot.
day, rolling in. It's just crazy, but that's how it works here.
Yep. So we're like, you know what? Let's take the calm before the storm. Let's take the time to move it and just do it. So I mean, it looked interesting. The funny thing, well, I don't want to say funny because you were upset, but Carolyn couldn't find the camera, so we didn't get any of it recorded.
But I mean, it ends up that you were working on the important part of this. I wanted it for the live stream. Hey guys, this is what we were doing. You can't videotape everything. We couldn't find the camera. I didn't know where it was. Was it in the closet?
It was in the closet. I'd set it aside because we were done recording, and I think there was moving.
I'm glad
stuff
it wasn't
around.
lost.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't lost.
So Jerome says, I would assume since France is 90% Catholic when I was a kid, but it might be a pagan tradition. Could be. I mean, I think the Christmas tree was technically a pagan tradition that was turned Christian.
Yeah, Bridget asked Jerome if it was related to the Three Kings.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Well, thank you, Jerome. He says, looks great. Congrats on the business card.
We'll definitely have to check out that tradition and see what that's about. It sounds really cool.
Yeah. We like new traditions to kind of incorporate into our family. We have a prayer that we do at meal times. Kids have it all memorized. And we do Advent, so lighting of candles each Sunday up to Christmas time. And on Christmas Day, you light the fifth final candle that represents Christ. It just kind of gives you a month kind of to prepare your heart, your spirit for the Christmas season, what it's all about. Anyway, Garrett did an awesome video on Wednesday. It's out already, and it's a two-parter. So you won't want to miss next Wednesday. But Garrett, tell us a little bit, just a tad, make it a juicy little segment, so they'll want to go after this live stream and watch that video.
So I did a review of the National RV Training Academy's fundamentals course, which is what will be going on starting Monday for a whole week. And I talked about what I liked about it, what was helpful for pretty much anybody who RVs, and, if you're looking at a new career, please check this out. It's a great thing. Yeah. So, I literally just laid out the fundamentals course, and then next week, Wednesday.
Yep, Wednesday.
I will be talking about the advanced course. Now, the advanced course is specifically for those that are wanting to become certified RV technicians.
Getting that certification so you can say, hey, I'm your man. I can fix your RV. Or woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need females to be RV techs because there's a lot of solo RV travelers, and a lot of them are females, and they would prefer to work with women. And that's totally cool. We welcome any type of person that wants to come and learn and become a technician out to the NRVTA.
Yeah. All right. Bridget says, a pastry with trinkets. I love it. So I hope that I actually said it correct. Galettes de Roy or something like that. How
if she said it right, give it 2 thumbs up saying
it's French.
You said it right.
It's French. I don't do French.
Know.
I don't do French. X marks the spot says we moved today, then met with family in the area, so we would have missed you if you were on time. Oh, I'm glad that you were able to come and join us. This is awesome. Well, we had to say goodbye to a wonderful couple.
Yeah.
Today, they left the park. They had stayed with us for a month.
Could have stayed longer. I guess probably not. The park's all full.
Park's all full. So we're actually going to be able to introduce you to them this evening in here just in a minute. But
we did an interview with them last summer in June. And it was kind of a short thing. We were all sitting at a mini interview. We were sitting at a picnic table in Washington. So
this was just, we were able to dive in a little bit deeper, and it was after our month of spending time together. So we already knew a little bit more about them.
Yep.
But they were excited. Well, one individual was excited to leave and head for 1,000 trails with a hot tub because that's what he does.
Obviously, they made it into the hot tub already.
Yes, they did. So we are excited to share that with you. But next week, part 2, Garrett is talking about the advanced courses. Yep. Don't miss it. You'll want to tune in. And we usually post that at 7 p.m.
And then if you guys are interested in doing like an NRVTA like Q&A, mm-hmm. we could probably do something like that.
Totally. Is it correct that you see more RVers now? You mean since COVID? I would tell you that there might be more people who own RVs, but not necessarily on the road. We know of quite a few of our friends who had been full-time for a year or more,
yep.
who have all bought houses and settled down.
There are people that have been doing
during
that.
COVID.
Yeah.
During
yeah.
COVID. I mean,
but
I could name off a bunch of different channels now that have a home base and live mostly in their home base.
RV sales are up so high
mm-hmm.
that like the
keep going.
That the Dallas and the Houston RV shows, which are both massive RV shows, had to cancel.
Not because of COVID,
but because none of the RV dealerships had any stock
to bring to the show.
Yeah, they had nothing to bring to the show.
That just boggles my mind.
So that's how crazy.
I mean, that would be like car dealerships not having any cars.
Yeah.
Just boggles my mind.
Yep.
So lots of families saying, we've got to get out of our houses. COVID has cramped our style. Let's get out there and explore.
Yep.
There have been people who've gone on the road full time since COVID started.
And
but I would
the
expect
Canadians who couldn't go south.
It's true. We don't have any Canadians down here right now, you guys. So really, the parks are probably not as full as they would normally be during this
But they're
cold
still
season.
full. I mean,
Yeah.
there's still a lot of them that are full.
Yep.
So
yeah. Bridget says we are at Thousand Trails, Colorado River, a little bit further south from us. I think they're ending up heading all the way down. So, all right. Well, I'm hoping that you guys will enjoy this interview. We spent the entire month of December with Richard and Bridget Machida. They are a wonderful couple, and I am excited to call them the D-Fam and part of our family now.
Yeah.
I mean, not just the D-Fam, but when we get to meet you and spend extensive amount of time with you and build a relationship with you, you're now part of our family. So,
yeah, you're on the road family.
On the road family, for sure. And I mean, the kids are like, oh, can we FaceTime you? She's like,
FaceTime
yes,
recorder lessons.
Of course. Yep.
Okay.
All right. So
enjoy our interview with Richard and Bridget. Hey everybody, I'm Garrett.
And I'm Carolyn.
And we're Diary of a Family.
We're living life intentionally with you. Today we have our wonderful friends. This is Richard and Bridget Machida, and you guys are from the great state of
Alaska.
In theory.
Okay, so tell us about this theory of you being from Alaska.
Well, go ahead. Since you're getting ready to go.
I have a long version. Okay. From Alaska, we met in Alaska, got married in Alaska, and both been there about 35, 40 years. He worked at the university. I was a school teacher. Yeah, he did when we were. I was a school teacher for the Fairbanks School District, taught music, and then we retired and decided to do RVing. I guess he got the idea first. And anyways, we did a practice run the summer before I retired.
Mm-hmm.
We called it Practice Retirement in a fifth wheel, and ended up loving it, and then took that same fifth wheel down
The second time.
And
So when you say the first time, second time, so you don't live full time in your rig.
Nope.
You go back to Alaska in the summertime.
First time we went back, though, for me to finish teaching, so school year. And then, like the week after I retired, we went on the road, drove the fifth wheel down to the lower 48. Went back for a couple of months that winter for family and Christmas. Got fifth wheel.
So the first trip was like 3 months, and the second
Yeah.
trip was around a year.
Around a year.
Yeah.
And this is our third time. We
I left
changed rigs
Yep, left Alaska on August 17th,
of what year?
2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we ran into you pretty quickly after that. It was
Yeah.
November, I think,
Mhm.
of 2019 when we got to meet you. It was the meetup for
Loftus.
Loftus Party of Six, yeah.
Yep.
And then we kind of bumped into you again in June.
Mm-hmm.
Now, June, wasn't it your plan to not be in Washington at that point?
We
plan
had
been-
planned for the summer to go back to Alaska for the summer, and because of COVID, it wasn't easy. It
Well,
was
it would've
doable,
been-
but it wasn't
Yeah,
easy.
it wouldn't have been difficult at all to get to Alaska since Canada was allowing, if you had a house up there, they said, no problem, you can drive through.
drive through.
But the problem is we have no valid reason to drive back, so we would still be there right now.
Stuck in the dead of winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
And flying back with pets is extremely expensive.
yeah,
'Cause
that
they
was the
each-
other
yeah.
option is leave the rig parked somewhere and just fly back and forth. But with the 3 dogs and cats, it adds like what, $400, $500.
It was $1,000.
Wow.
You know,
Wow.
with the vet bill, and so it was like 600, I guess, not 200.
So
anyway,
you've kind of
it
been
was
stuck here.
So we are now accidental full-timers.
So yeah, been on the away for about what, a year and 5 months, something like that.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. And little visits back for doctor's appointments and such, you know.
Yeah, we
Domicile
popped back
and-
up there for a couple days.
Yep.
Pop
Or a
back
week.
down. Okay,
Or
So-
a week.
a week to a couple days.
So what do you travel in now?
It's a 41-foot Class A 2005 motorhome with too many slides and the wrong engine. So
Too many slides and the wrong engine. So you had specific guidelines that you wanted
yeah,
when you went to purchase it, and
yeah,
it,
I had this whole long list of things that, yeah, good to have, good to have, good to have. The ones we missed were the number of slides and the engine, and those are the things that cause the problems.
But it's got the perfect layout. It has the bathroom that I wanted. It has the kitchen table that I wanted.
it's really quite spacious.
It is. It's because it has 2 slides in the living room, and that's really spacious.
So anyway, it's
And
15 years old, and it's definitely not new. But
we
it's fine.
had engine problems with startup and a lot of smoking, and it took us 3 different mechanics and
Yep.
$3,000 each time, but it's pretty much
Yeah. So the first year
It's
it cost about
sort of-
$14,000 in repairs, which is not counting tires.
And those beasts have big tires on them
Yeah,
too.
but they love
Expensive.
that we knew going into it. We knew that it needed at least 4 new tires, so we sort of knew that. It wasn't a surprise, and you know, and they do have the discount program
Okay.
with the FMCA, and that what 10-15%. So that's something.
Good. Yeah, it is something for sure. Well, Garrett, you toured their rig to show our viewers hobbies. You want to talk about hobbies?
She has the hobbies.
I think you have some really neat hobbies that you do as well, Richard.
Okay.
You want to start? You want to tell
Sure.
us?
Okay. My hobbies are like cooking. I have to cook no matter what, so I might as well make it a hobby. So how does that sound?
good. That or you'll starve.
It's a good tasting hobby.
Yeah, and you know, been playing around with some things. You know, obviously everyone in an RV has an instant pot, but we since expanded with a sous vide, and even used the sous vide in when we were boondocking in Quartzsite. No
Wow.
problem at all.
Wow.
Yeah.
It doesn't it draws very little power.
Very low power.
Yeah.
That's great. And we tasted some of your sous vide
Turkey.
turkey that you had done for like 24 hours.
Uh-huh.
It was delicious. So that was Thanksgiving. That was amazing. So
There's
good.
definitely quite a difference in taste and texture
From the regular
from the regular
baked
to
Yeah.
turkey. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's been that's more hobbyish, I guess, than anything else. But and the other one is sort of a resurrected pastime, I guess. I've been playing with, when I picked up the RV, I had like 4 Raspberry Pis packed in boxes because I knew I was going to use them because I used them in the fifth wheel
No,
for things like
no,
monitoring.
Raspberry Pi, for those who
Oh.
don't know.
It's about this big, has raspberries, crust.
Yeah. You go
Hence
from
his
cooking.
first hobby.
No, the Raspberry Pi are these cheap computers that were developed for the education market. They have multiple digital I/Os and analog I/Os.
So
have
little
a lot
mini
of flexibility.
computers.
Little mini computer, like $39 for this whole entire computer.
Nice.
So, and have several of those running right now. In the fifth wheel, I had it monitoring our solar charge controller, so it collected data every 5 seconds and plotted it on graphs and everything else. So I always knew how much power we drew,
That's great.
developed every day. And in this one, I'm trying something different. I sort of got started on a smart RV project, smart RV in quotes, because I'm not
They
sure.
haven't created smart RVs yet.
No.
I know Camping World just came out with their E, I don't know, Class E
Class E. What is that?
electric vehicle,
Oh.
electric camper. I don't know. I didn't read much about it, but
Anyway,
yeah.
this whole
Yeah.
thing was sort of prompted by Jason from the Getaway
Mhm.
couple. He talked about it on one video. I said, "Oh, that's kind of a cool idea." So it's running software called Home Assistant,
Mhm.
and that's on the Raspberry Pi. Then I have these little microprocessors, dirt cheap, like $3 a piece,
Mhm.
scattered in little waterproof cases around, like inside the refrigerator, down in the wet bay, in the tool compartment, and everything else, collecting data, and then feeding the data to this Raspberry Pi for graphing.
so you know how cold it is in your basement
Yes,
and in your refrigerator and freezer.
freezer.
And it's like,
The
that's
bedroom
Yeah,
and the humidity and
and
that's great.
when if we have an internet connection, then I can access that from anywhere using their app.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So you were up in Alaska, and he was turning lights on and off.
I only did it once, but yeah, we can turn off lights. And
I didn't notice.
And Home Assistant now integrates with the Apple Home app, so it's all those controls and everything now show up on the control screen on the phone.
That's
They
great.
just showed up automatically.
That is so cool.
Squirrel.
So
One
that's
for
sort of a
Apple.
hobby.
Yeah. I know a lot of people are using technology, cameras and such, to observe their pets and make sure that the rig is cool enough for them while they're away. So
Right.
that's kind of the same sort of like.
It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, we
It's
can
like
know it's
if the living room temperature goes above 85, I get alerts on my phone. If the freezer goes above 20,
Our freezer's always above.
Yeah.
Our freezer's horrible. Very cool.
so that to know if you're out and about town. Obviously today it doesn't really matter. It's barely got above 40.
I know, it's
Yeah.
so cold outside.
I told my kids this morning, I'm like, look, it's so cold outside right now, we could take all of our food out of the fridge and stick it out on the ground and it will stay cold.
Yep. It's that cold.
It's that cold.
Brr.
Like, ooh.
I almost thought about defrosting the freezer today.
Because you could put it all out on the picnic table, right? Yeah. Oh my
anything
goodness.
like that.
Okay, so Bridget, you have a lot of little hobbies.
I do.
Yeah. You have all kinds of things. So this lady took upon herself to purchase flutes,
Recorders.
for 2 of my children and start giving them recorder lessons. And
you'll never talk to her again because of that?
no, not at all. They are so interested in music, and I'm just glad for them to have another output. I mean, not just the piano, but now they have another instrument they can just pick up. And it's great because they'll go off into another room, close the door, and play away at it, and say, "Mom, listen to the song I just made up."
Were you going to do Zoom recorder lessons?
Yes.
We're gonna try.
You didn't know.
As a joke.
We're gonna try. I'm pretty sure Emma has the capability of,
Or FaceTime.
sticking with it.
Mhm.
Yeah, FaceTime would work too. So we just have to find a good time for you, and it'll keep us in good communication.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. I
So,
love
but you-
teaching recorder.
You also have
Crochet.
crocheting that you like to do.
Yeah.
And what kind of things have you crocheted?
Well, I'm working on scarves for the kids, and I make a lot of dishcloths because they're fast and simple and easy, and there's many different stitches. That's why I like that. And pot holders that have little campers on them. I should have brought one to show. They're really
Aw.
cute. I showed you.
No, I didn't see them.
Oh my goodness! Oh.
Pot holders with campers? Aw.
No, the popple was the shape of a camper.
Oh, in the
No,
whole
it's not the shape. It's got a camper on it.
Okay.
Okay, maybe it's. You're right. It isn't.
So it's a pot holder the shape
And
of a
I've got
camper.
Shape
I've
of a
got
camper.
little buttons of pets I put on them, or I could
Aw.
put flowers on them. Oh, now I'm gonna have to make you one.
More.
I end up just making things for people. And I just bought sock yarn, so I'm gonna try to
Sock
make
yarn.
socks.
Nice. You'll
That's
have
my
to tell
next
me
project.
if they turned out well.
Well, you'll probably get a pair because I have a lot of yarn. I found out.
That's great. Awesome. I love socks.
Okay.
Socks to keep my feet warm.
And hobby I've kind of picked. It's called a hobby, but the inductive Bible study. Is it
Right, yeah. We've been doing that together with Lisa from Living
Living
Light
Light.
RV as our Bible study leader. That's been
That's
a great in-depth Bible study. Even when I was in Bible college, I feel like I never did such in-depth study on my own.
Yeah, I've never done. This is just perfect for what I need in my life, and it's.
People don't realize until they get on the road how it can be. It can separate you from your normal, like, going to church and being a part of a community. You don't get that spiritual consistency as we used to. And then with COVID on top of that. So I think a lot of people kind of understand it more now with COVID and not being allowed to go to their church for months on
And
end.
for us, it's been the other way around. With COVID, our church back in Fairbanks has started doing, streaming. The
So
service.
now you're able to join your church every
Yeah,
Sunday.
which is-
Correct, which we couldn't,
We couldn't
before
before.
COVID. Now we can join,
And
our small group study is on Zoom.
Yeah.
it wasn't before.
Yeah, so we've
Yeah, I mean,
Good.
that's one thing that
But
has
yet
happened
there's
in
no-
the church.
There's still no personal.
Yeah, that personal interaction.
Well, even if you're in Fairbanks, there's no personal interaction now either.
Yeah.
So you have a couple of pets.
3.
So tell us about your pets.
Okay. 2 dogs and a cat. Artie, Lynan, and Amina. Amina is the cat. They were, the 2 dogs are rescues. Got them when they were, let's see. I think Lynan the Schnauzer was a year old. Artie, the mixed curly black dog. Bichon, maybe.
He's
The-
cute.
the whatever.
Yeah, he was 9
Whatever.
months when we got him, so he's like a year younger. Amina, we're not sure how old she is. She was left behind by Holly when Holly moved to Chicago.
She was
But-
also rescued.
Yeah, so I guess she's rescued because she was
No, I
left
mean,
behind
really-
in our house.
There was a rescue.
Oh,
From
okay.
Holly.
It was from Holly. So, yeah. Anyway,
Oh, don't most parents have a pet that a child could
Like
take
yours.
with them? I know. My mom has our cat because he would not have been happy in camper life. she had my sister's cat for a while until my sister finally bought a house with her husband, and they now have him with them. But you know, you can't have a cat in an apartment if they don't allow pets.
That's right.
That's yeah. A lot of and then Kent and Lisa live in Light RV. They have their
Yeah, they have
daughter's
Anna's.
dog because she's off in Africa. Couldn't take her dog with her. Yeah. Yes,
They either end up with their kids or their kids' pets.
that's right. That's right.
We've had kids come back, stay.
No comment.
Yeah.
See, he's been supposed to do something else with the room immediately.
Yep. Then they have no recourse. If you're coming back, you're camping on the living room couch, and that doesn't sound appealing, right? No privacy. Or you can be like, well, you guys have done it. You up and left. Now you can't follow us in the camper.
Yeah, but Kyle's living at our house because we asked him to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you
somebody's at the house.
Somebody lives in the house.
can't leave the house empty.
So
Yeah.
he didn't move home. We asked him to come home.
Please come home and take care of the house.
Yeah, we have 5 boys all together, so they all have a different story for another interview. Oh yeah, talk about what Garrett did for us.
If you need anything fixed on your RV, talk to this guy here. We had problems with our furnace, our air conditioner, our rear furnace, and all of the slide toppers were torn and floppy. They're probably 15 years old.
Well, the rig is a 2005. Is that what
Yes.
you said? So it
It's not
needed
16.
some things.
Yeah.
It needed a lot.
It
of things.
needed a lot of things, and you know those are just things on the RV itself. You know, fortunately we haven't had any problems with appliances or anything else, but
That's good.
Thank you.
we weren't
Yeah.
sure. You know, like the rear air conditioner, that it wasn't doing temperature control, so I was just ready to replace the air conditioner, but obviously not needed.
Yeah.
Yay!
Just a little control board, and that was $150 or something like that.
It's better than what, $4,000
Something
or
like
something
that.
like
Yeah,
that
because-
for 2 ACs.
Because I guess I was told that if we replace one, we have to replace the other because they're not compatible with each other.
It
It's a
has to be
multi-control
two
system.
that are tied in together.
Yeah, they're tied in together.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would have been a big price. Of
Plus
taking
a new thermostat.
Yeah.
that. Not cheap, not cheap.
But just by changing a few components, you really fixed a whole host of problems that were on the RV.
Sort of fixed.
Sort of.
I still have to actually crimp the wires.
Oh, we still have to actually finish that part.
I'll wait
yeah.
till it doesn't work again.
But it's not leaking anymore. There's no leaking in the slides, no leaking down the front.
Mhm.
You guys have new running lights across
Right.
the front of your RV now because
Yeah.
they were disintegrating really from the heat.
I got
and the
one. I got
cold.
one of the caps off, but it was already there's spider cracks all over it. It looked like it got hit by something, probably like branches or
Branches.
something.
Branches, maybe.
Yeah, well, it's
Branches.
right
But
up
then-
at the top.
The second one I took off just snapped a huge chunk off the lens, and I was like,
Yeah. But you know, overall, we can't really complain. Since we picked up the motorhome, we put over 15,000 miles on
It's great.
Yeah.
it, and you know, and it's been working fine. It'd be nice if it got a little bit of mileage. I finally figured it out. We're getting only 6.8 miles per gallon.
6.8 miles per gallon. Wow.
Yes, that's towing the car.
Right.
Um,
During towing.
Yeah, when I first drove it across country, we didn't have the car or all the stuff in it. It was almost a mile per gallon more.
Wow.
wow.
Wow. Well, you kind of know what it's going to cost you
Yeah,
just to tow. But your little car is great for like gas mileage once you're parked.
once we're parked.
Yeah.
It's a pain to have to tow because you have to use a tow dolly.
Mm-hmm. So your ultimate goal, I think you told me, was you want to be able to switch out to a vehicle that can flat tow,
Yes.
so that it would be easier to hitch up.
Yeah,
and
just
stuff.
more convenient. The tow dolly is a real hassle.
Can you hook up with like the Toad, like the
You can't do it with a Prius.
because it's electric?
Yeah, well,
The hybrid.
because Toyota says nope, can't. But on the internet, someone says you can. You just have to leave the car running and in gear, so it's like constantly coasting downhill.
I don't know if that's such a good idea to leave it running and in gear. That doesn't sound good to me.
No.
I mean, because nobody's in the vehicle to monitor it. What if it has a fire in it, which is quite common in electric vehicles?
Well,
Is
this is on the internet. You believe everything that's on the internet.
It doesn't sound good to me.
You're on the internet, right?
Yeah.
So it's the transmission, you said? That it's what is it about the vehicle that makes
it's the
it?
electric
Yeah,
gearbox,
just because
basically.
of the way the hybrid drivetrain is.
Oh, it's
is-
the drivetrain, you
yeah.
said. So certain vehicles can't be flat towed. They have to be.
Right.
Makes sense. Things you learn. I mean, we've been towing a fifth wheel around, but we have never towed a toad behind anything,
Yeah.
so we don't know those things.
So wait till we tow a trailer behind our fifth wheel behind the.
No, that's not gonna happen.
Oh, it's legal in a lot of states.
It is.
Yeah, we've seen
Yeah, we've
triple
seen
tow.
lots
Usually truck, camper,
of
boat,
those
or
No.
truck, camper,
side by side.
Yeah.
truck, camper, trailer with sea-doos on it, like
Or
water
quads,
skis
or
or quads.
Golf
or
carts.
something.
Golf carts.
Yeah, golf carts. Yeah, but that limits you to only the states that allow triple tow, and so you can't ever cross into the other states.
No, you see, you just need to upgrade your truck to one of those Kenworth ones and have the car on the back of that.
So go to a full semi-truck size vehicle.
Hey, one of
and
those
then,
pulled in today. Not that it had a smart car on it,
Yeah.
but it was pulling
was
well, it was
it was a DRV.
Yeah.
the
Humongous,
camper
yeah.
was the fifth wheel was
The
DRV.
mobile suites.
yeah,
DRV.
mobile suites. Ooh, those are pretty. The mobile suites.
I've never
Have
seen
you-
inside.
Oh my goodness, they're pretty expensive.
It's up there with like Van Lee. and
The
Tiffin.
yeah, there's been a couple of beacons in the RV park. Those
Right.
are Van Lees. Yeah, they're really high quality. They use actual wood for their cabinetry. Yeah,
Maybe someday
heavy.
somebody will give us a tour.
a
Well-
tour of their Van Lee or
well,
their
Fancy.
Did they ask us if we wanted to see it?
mobile suite.
Who did?
Nancy's sister and brother-in-law in Washington.
Oh,
We went with them to.
and they have one?
Yeah, that's what they have.
I missed that question.
Oh.
I would have said yes.
Well, we've had a lot of fun hanging out with you guys
We've
for
had a
this
blast.
month.
And the kids.
yeah,
It's been great.
we were super excited when we pulled into Lake Whitney. Lake Whitney?
Mhm.
Yes. There's so many lakes with thousand trails on them in Texas. I'm like, wait, Lake Texoma, Lake Whitney, Lake Meredith, Lake.
And,
Which
we're,
one?
and now we're going to Colorado River.
That's great. Okay, so you're heading south from here to get into warmer.
It's not that
Fine.
much warmer.
I know, right now it isn't.
So we're going to be 2.5 weeks in Colorado River and then heading to way south. All the way as far south as you-
Harlingen area.
Yeah.
Way south. So gonna see some beach,
Oh,
some
yes.
sand.
Oh, yes. We won't be close to it, but I'll drive there to see it.
No.
More for the wildlife I like to see there.
Should we loan you one of our kites so you can fly a kite on the beach?
No. But you can take your kayak out.
I can, out on
You
the
have a-
ocean.
You have a kayak?
I have an inflatable kayak.
Oh, that's
I know.
cool.
Next time we'll
Didn't
be in
wanna take
warmer
it on our
weather.
beautiful
I
lake?
know.
We had some really nice days. It would
We
have been
did?
fun out. Here,
Yeah, we did.
we've had some nice like. It will go right up into the 70s, and the kids are all like wearing T-shirts.
Yep.
It was nice.
It was really nice.
You've
And
had
then
that
we-
inflatable kayak and you haven't used it in the last year and a half.
No. It's not been a year and 2 months,
Lake,
3 months.
in Lake Havasu, I think, the last time, and that was with the fifth wheel stuff.
No, it was with Tim.
Oh, that's right.
Tim
Yeah.
and Melissa.
Okay.
So when
And-
did you see Tim and Melissa?
It was in October.
October of last year.
Yeah.
No, not last year. 2 years ago. Well,
Last year.
a
Yeah.
year and 3 months ago.
Yep. You better get that kayak out, or he's gonna say, "Time to shed the weight." So you only have one kayak, and you're the only one that does it.
Yeah.
What do you like to do, Richard?
I don't know. I like riding the bike.
Mhm.
Yeah, we have two folding.
Folding bikes, not electric.
You
Oh
like that?
yeah.
They're electric.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I'm lazy.
Get to coast around town.
Yeah.
That's great.
Well, what's nice is that you can still go reasonable speed uphill and pass all these people on their regular bikes.
That would be me.
What's
huffing
the fun in
and
that?
puffing.
What's the fun in that?
You can wave and smile.
Remember, we're old people.
Well, we're sad people. We had 5 working bikes when we left,
Yeah.
and it's been 2 years, and now we have a bike with missing a tire. We have a bike with a broken derailleur. So that's mine and his. We have a bike that we can't get the tire fixed at all. He has replaced the inner tube so many times and it keeps going flat.
Replace the tires.
Yeah.
The exterior tires.
The actual tire itself.
Yeah, and it still goes flat.
You should have told me about it. I used to ride bicycles a lot, like on the order of tens of thousands
Yeah.
of miles, and I fixed a lot of tires.
Well, I have 2, but it just for some reason I don't know
We've had
where
bad
that little.
bad.
Put
Bike.
it this way: in Tucson, I had a flat tire on this electric bike,
Mm-hmm.
and I pulled out 140 thorns out of the tires.
Whoa.
You can barely see them, but you can feel them inside.
Oh gosh, yeah. I think we started having problems back in Texas.
Yeah.
They had all of the, what are they called? Goat
heads.
heads.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And Emma
Yeah,
just,
all over. She would not control anywhere she rode.
but
it
it
was all
like
over the
it
place.
it wouldn't matter what he did to it. He tried the inner tubes that have the sealant inside.
Well,
the
I hadn't tried
self-sealing.
those ones,
You did it on Timothy's.
but I did that on Timothy's.
Yeah, we had bikes going flat.
The Mr.
constantly.
Tuffy's work great. It's a rubber strip about that thick, and the goat head can't go through that much.
Nice.
Yeah, they got my dog's feet. They were so.
Yeah.
Artie would just suddenly stop, lay down, and start chewing on his paw.
Oh no, that hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Are you gonna go back to Alaska and when?
The plan is May.
May.
I think I have to fly up in
June.
June, that's right. May is too early.
Yeah, we went back in May that one year and got snowed in Canada
Yep.
for
Oh,
3
gee.
days
Oh.
at Fort Nelson. You've heard of it, but
Yeah, I had to wait there for 3 days
like they had
for a blizzard to blow through.
just opened the campground and there was no running water
Yeah,
yet.
no water, no
'Cause it
sewer,
was
just
still
electricity.
frozen.
Wow.
You have to go get water in 5-gallon jugs and fill up your.
In the laundry,
Wow.
you go get 5 jugs.
Oh my gosh! Wow, it's so different in Canada. I mean, they have to totally close campgrounds. They can't run year round.
Yeah, they don't open until like May 17th or something.
Yes, late.
You're gonna drive the camper up?
Yep.
The fifth.
No.
fourth,
Like that. No, I'll probably
eighth?
store it. Find some place to store it in Pacific Northwest. And,
So it'll be the dogs and the cat and you in the car.
I will fly back
You'll
with the
fly back.
pets.
Mhm.
Spend the money, fly back. It's hard to, because he'll go in the car. It's hard to find a hotel
That'll take
that all
animals.
those animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not into tents.
Yeah, and I have all that with me. I have my tent and everything.
Yeah, so he'll drive back with the inflatable kayak, the electric bikes, and all that
Whatever
stuff.
you can fit into the car,
I
right?
think
Important things, the Berkey.
Right.
the
Berkey's
Berkey for
important.
sure. But we have to discuss it yet because we are planning on buying a vehicle. Then
Mhm.
it's like, will we buy it in Alaska or will we buy it down here?
Right.
So that would depend on what we take back.
Right.
Then there is, are we going to sell his pickup truck and the fifth wheel we still have? We're going to try to sell those. And that would definitely help us get a vehicle. So
Yeah. The problem is we can't sell
we
the
make plans and they
There have been
change.
numerous offers on the truck,
Yeah.
but we can't get rid of the truck until we get rid of the fifth wheel.
Right, because you have to have something to tow it with.
Yeah. In fact, the last time I said, if you want the truck, you have to take the fifth wheel. It'll be free. It'll be included, but you have to take it.
Don't
I
leave it on
would've
our
taken it.
hands, please.
It would make a great hunting
Yeah.
thing
Just
for
that, you know,
Yeah.
right?
somebody.
Yeah.
It's
It's
costing us
great.
$1,000 a year to store it, have it in
Yeah.
storage in
Yeah.
Alaska. So
Yeah.
if someone wants it,
First world problems, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But God will help you figure it out. I mean, in the end, this lifestyle makes us so flexible, and we're like, well, this isn't quite going to work for us, so we'll just have to try another option. And I mean, COVID has shown everyone that as well, that they can be very flexible when it comes to life and schooling and job.
Yeah.
gotta admit, it was real nice to drive the truck around.
When you were up there in Alaska.
Yeah. Well, this is kind of nice.
Yeah.
But then we could talk about your other hobby, the Ural.
See, he has lots of hobbies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does. What about your
Yeah,
your motorcycle in the
I
sidecar?
have a 2012 Ural. It's a Russian motorcycle with sidecar with two-wheel drive. For years, that was my sole commuter daily driver up in Alaska.
Even in the winter,
Even in the
40
winter,
below.
studded tires, and everything.
Instead of tires on
Heated
the...
suit, heated gloves.
It was a nice diversion. It's definitely, you know, when you got to work, you're really looking forward to going and leaving.
Yes. Well, and you also are a ham radio operator,
Sort of.
sort of. That's
Yeah.
kind of your side thing.
Yeah, it's sort of a side. You know, it's one of those things. I took the test because it was free at the time, and they told me that there's the advanced tests were they're going to start charging for tests in 2 months. So I just went ahead and took all of the tests. It's not like I have any decent radio equipment with us.
Do you plan to
It-
get any?
It'd be nice, but every time I think about it, something else breaks.
Breaks
so-
on your
So the money goes to something that's needed instead of something that you want. I totally
But now
understand
I
that.
think, you know, I
Totally
think things are good on the RV.
I think so. Then we have taxes.
Then we're going to Disney World.
Oh, yeah.
For your 21st anniversary, right?
Yeah.
Next year?
Yeah.
That was the plan.
The only reservations we have now, besides the short-term ones, is Albuquerque Balloon Festival and
That's
Wilderness, whatever it's called, the Disney
For
World.
wilderness.
Fort Wilderness.
Fort Wilderness, Disney World.
A year in
Next-
advance.
Next
Yeah,
year.
a year in advance.
Next year, December.
20.
Because,
Yeah, we have it for November, I think, or
Ah.
December. But we made the reservation. I have to look at when it is.
Plenty of time to get from Albuquerque to Florida.
oh, for sure. For sure.
Balloon Fiesta is amazing.
Oh, it is so good. I mean, and we experienced it just the beginning portion of it.
We didn't realize when we did the whole fiesta, like we went the week that the fiesta was. Well, it turned out it was when the full-time family rally was. The next week was the balloon fiesta.
Oh.
So we saw balloons flying, and we got a couple days of balloons.
Yeah.
But they were like, "Oh, are you staying here 1 week or 2 weeks?" I was like, "Wait a minute, you can stay 2 weeks?" I'm like, yeah.
I was
That's
in the
like
middle.
the whole event.
I was in the middle of a contract, so we needed to go back anyway.
Yes.
But yeah, our full-time families rally only overlapped the balloon fiesta by
2 days.
the first couple of days of the
Yeah.
rally. But it was great. It was fantastic. Our first and only so far full-time families rally, and so spectacular. Oh my gosh, being on the field with them taking off and flying. And
Hundreds and thousands of
Well,
balloons.
when I made the reservation, it was 15 minutes after the RV reservations opened, and I wasn't able to get all 5 days. Or 6 days. I was only get 4 days in the middle.
4 days in the yeah, yeah. Lots of people getting those weekends
Yeah.
booked. Yeah.
And I think 5 minutes later or 10 minutes later, they were sold out.
Yeah, yeah, you have to be like right on it.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Or you
uh,
go with a group that has already purchased.
Like
it.
the
Wow.
full-time
Right.
families.
Like full-time
Good
families.
idea.
Yeah.
I know like Escapers and a couple of the other larger groups. Escapees, sorry. They-
Escapees. I think there was one for like there's some like Airstream group because like there was this whole section that was just Airstreams.
Well,
So
they
cool.
for some reason they pay premium because their spot
They're,
is
like,
literally overlooking
right
the
across.
field
Oh, yeah.
Right
where the
across
balloons are taking off.
from
Yeah,
the field. Yeah.
We're like a mile away.
We're at the landing area,
Okay.
so the cheaper area.
So we go to watch land.
Oh, it's great.
It's still amazing
The
though.
kids,
Yeah, I'm sure.
the kids enjoy it. So
I'm sure we'll
Yeah,
go over there early in the morning to watch them.
been up in the balloon several times, up 3 or 4 or 5 times already.
Garrett's gone once. I haven't gotten a chance.
I've gone once.
It'd be fun to do a family balloon excursion.
As soon as
Yeah.
they're older and appreciate it.
Yeah, when they're tall enough to look over the basket.
Yeah.
Oh, Eddie will just climb and just hang off the edge.
Yeah, I know that. I know that. That's what I'm saying. Not Eddie.
No hanging over the edge.
Well, so you just get your student pilot's license and you can fly.
Well, thank you so much for coming and spending time with us this Christmas
It's been
holiday.
a great
Yeah.
month that we've been here.
Really
we
enjoyed it.
enjoy the Athens Park. Enjoyed hanging out with you guys. Yep, it's been.
We've been very
Okay.
blessed with just the, I don't know, the friendship time. I mean, it can sometimes be lonely living on the road. Well, we were so blessed to have you here, so thank you so much. So,
That's all
Well,
right.
thank you.
This was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
all right. And Richard does have a blog. Go ahead and tell everybody.
Oh, I've had a blog since for on the current platform for I think 12 years.
12
Since
years.
2007.
Lots of
13
information
years.
there.
It's just blog.machida.us.
Blog.machida.us.
Machida.
We'll
Yeah.
link it in the description.
Yeah, I think there's almost 2,300 posts so far.
We're back!
Now you guys won't believe that I was running the show the whole time because he got back before. Okay, so it was me. All the typing in there, talking to you guys in the chat, that was me.
Yeah.
Garrett just got back, so. Toilet figured out, sort of?
For the most part.
Okay.
Gave them some advice and some tips on the toilet seals.
Okay.
And it was
It was a quick pop over.
Yes.
See it.
Yep.
Handed you some money. Okay, good. Awesome. Well, there you go. Your first after dark service call.
But I will be having probably one tomorrow, and that one is a
bigger job.
a little bit
Yeah.
bigger job. So
Well, welcome to FullTime Dream. They just popped in here at the end. We have about 15 more minutes. Oh, I guess we could. Yeah. I wanted to talk about games. We have played so many games since the holiday time, but we may not get a chance to. So in the comments right now, if you are into like board games, card games, like type in a couple of your favorites. Right now, I think our favorite as a family is Splendor. So you want to show that? Just quick, and then we'll go on to talking about the blog post and asking everybody to subscribe. So this is Splendor. So much fun. The Machidas actually bought this for us for Christmas, and thank you so much.
we've been actually
had so
playing
much
it on our phones for a while.
On
and,
the iPad, yeah.
And her mom got them addicted.
Yes, well, they were taught the game and were given the game or purchased it. And so when we were there in the summertime, they taught it to us. So I said, Gary, you have to get me the online version because we can't purchase it right now.
We
And-
barely ever buy paid apps.
Yeah.
But we bought that one.
Yep. Jerome says, I play Uno with the girls. So Jerome, you had a question about, do we name our RVs? I think Bridget gave you the name of their rig. And so ours doesn't really have a name. And here's the story. What's our saying? I can't remember our saying for... I'm blanking. You used it earlier today. What happened was...
What had happened was...
Okay, there's our saying. I'm tired. What had happened was... There, I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
We have a Grand Design, And Grand Design, and our truck is the color of it is called pearl gray. Grand Design, we kind of were planning to name the trailer, let's see here. What was it? It was like the Black Pearl.
The Black Pearl, but like this.
The Grand Pearl or
The
something
Grand
like
Pearl
that.
or
A twist
something
on
like
that,
that.
like the pirates and everything. My daughter hasn't seen Pirates of the Caribbean, so she didn't get the twist on it. She wanted to name it something else, and when you're talking to an 8-year-old,
Yeah.
she had all her plans for what she wanted to name the
And
trailer.
if it doesn't fall into her scheme and
She
plan.
was not happy with the name that Mom and Daddy picked out, so we just dropped it. And so our RV does not have a name.
Not for the lack of trying. And maybe once we get a name, we'll put the name on the side of the RV and christen it. Well,
We've
maybe
been
that'll
living in it
damage
for
the RV,
2
though.
years.
Yeah, we've
You
been,
don't christen something 2 years after.
you know.
FullTime Dream's favorite game is Candyland. Oh, my kids love that game. That's fun. We have sort of a game similar to Candyland now. It's called the dinosaur one, the Dinosaur Island or something like that. It is a cooperative game for younger children. Even my 4-year-old was catching on to it. But you move the little dinosaur figures forward with cards that correspond to the path, that has the different pictures from the cards on it. So same sort of thing. Miss Bridget says, I played Mario Monopoly with my grandson. It was great for a 9-year-old. And I want to check that out because that sounds like a great Monopoly game for our kiddos.
Mario Monopoly?
Mario Monopoly. It's simplified down from the regular version so that a younger child can enjoy it, and it's faster.
I wonder if they make a Minecraft Monopoly.
Minecraft Monopoly? Probably.
Because the kids haven't really played Mario.
No, not really.
So they're not really like unaware of there is a Athens Mario or a Monopoly.
An Athens,
Texas Monopoly.
Wow. Athens, Texas.
It's actually sitting at the big red schoolhouse.
Way to go. You have your own Monopoly game.
Well, I guess
Put them on the map.
What they've done is they actually went to small towns across America and advertised like making a special game for their specific town.
That's cool.
And so Athens did it, and that for a while there, they had them at the Walmart in Athens.
That is so cool. That's awesome. Gui, I'm gonna mispronounce your name. Gui joined us from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Your mom would be super ecstatic right now.
She would probably start chatting with you in Portuguese.
Portuguese, of course. Yeah. So Garrett's mom was born and some of her younger years were raised in Brazil.
I think she was 10 or 11 when she moved to the U.S.
So, a long time to really cement the Brazilian culture and language into her.
Very much so.
She loves going back and seeing friends. So.
Bridget says you don't need to know Mario. It is good for working on multiplication tables.
Very good. I love any game that will help with math. Yes.
We just haven't started Monopoly because she goes for days playing Monopoly.
My sister and I would play Monopoly until the end of the game. So the board would be set up in our room. For days, really, for days. So.
Ask Carolyn about how many board games they had to downsize.
Oh my gosh, we had basically a hall closet that I figure was about 7 feet long on the interior. It was a shelf above, and there was at least 2 feet of headspace for that shelf, and the entire shelf was filled.
Yeah,
and we had to downsize.
The biggest ones we downsized were a lot of the classics. Where I don't know if we had Battleship. I think we had Classic Monopoly.
Battleship, Monopoly. We had 2 Monopolies, a regular one and
we had
flight edition.
How many different domino sets did we have?
We had 2 domino sets. I think we kept them, but it's at my parents' packed up.
Yeah.
And we had 2 Apples to Apples game, the regular one and a Bible version.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Yeah.
We downsized a lot, and all we brought was Dominion, San Juan.
Mm-hmm.
We now have Splendor to join that. We have a couple of really fun card games that we like to play. Exploding Kittens. You know, we were given an awesome game. It was called Avocado Smash. I don't know where those cards are. We need to find them because that was an awesome game. That is an awesome game. And then what was the Sushi Go?
Sushi Go was good.
Sushi Go was another fun, fast card game.
We actually played that game and we videotaped it while we were on our camping trip. That started our whole adventure into
FullTiming.
FullTiming.
If you scroll back far enough, or go into the playlist. Don't we have a game night playlist?
Yeah.
You can find us playing on a camp table in like after dark, filming.
Philip says good choices.
Thank you, Philip. Welcome to the show. Philip Holcomb is one of our great friends. He was actually a best man.
He was one of the groomsmen.
And we have been playing games with him and his wife for years.
Yeah.
We should have bombed their house when we were up in Washington.
Honestly, one of the saddest parts about leaving Washington was not knowing that we wouldn't be able to spend as much time with Philip and Becca.
Yeah, not be able to have game night with them or game day with them.
And we're not just saying it because he popped on here.
No, we look forward to it.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, before we get off, I just want to let you guys know I have started blogging. It's more of a newsletter sort once a month, so at the beginning of the month. So I did post that on our website yesterday. Yep. So that's up for your viewing.
Diaryofafamily.com.
Diaryofafamily.com. There's a little page there for the blog.
I will quickly put it in the chat so you can.
And then I have a few people on an email list so that I can just email that blog right out to them and they receive it in their email. Mm-hmm. That way they don't have to go to the website. If you're interested in that, we haven't gotten it figured out yet where people can go onto our website, sign up for our newsletter, electronically be submitted, and then electronically receive it. I do it all behind the scenes.
Offhanded question for those of you that have websites. Mm-hmm. Have you used MailChimp and does it work? And is the free version worth doing?
Wow, 3 questions. So
mainly is if you use MailChimp, is it worth it? And does it do what we would need for free? Because right now we have about 20, 25 like people that. Or 20, so.
Most of them are close family, friends, and close family and friends.
Yeah. And a couple people we've met on our travels, mm-hmm. and they've gave us their email address, and so we put it into a list. But that we've been told that sending out mass mailings and stuff through things like MailChimp is a whole lot better.
Once we get to 50 to 100, 200 people wanting that's mailing, I don't see me being able to keep up with it in the behind the scenes. So that's the plan in the future. If you want to be, if you want that sent to you once a month or whenever I have one posted, feel free to go to
diaryofafamily.com and then just say contact me, mm-hmm. or say connect.
Connect at diaryofafamily.com. Email us at that and give us your name and your email address and we'll put you on the list.
So Jerome said, yes, I use it at work and it is good.
Okay. And are you using the free version at work? That would be a good question.
Yeah. As far as I know, like a lot of the paid stuff, you're looking at people that send out stuff to like 10, 20, 30,000
a lot of people. So if it's under a couple hundred.
If you're paying, is it worth paying, only do not go over limit or the pricing will increase.
Okay. Thank you very much for that.
We will definitely be looking into MailChimp because, we want to be able to provide a great experience for you guys. And a lot of you have shown interest in an email newsletter. And so, that's one way that we can connect with you.
At this point, I've just done here's a brief overview of some things that we've done during the month and kind of like our plans tad to kind of get the juices flowing for what's happening in the future. Quartzite's the big one for us coming up here. We will have one more live stream with you and then we will be hitting the road. We may take some time off. We haven't talked about it yet. A couple of weeks while we're getting to Quartzite, spending time at Quartzite because of the internet, and then finding me a contract. But once we're all settled with the new contract, we will be, live again every week, making sure that you have great content. I am thinking that I might start throwing in little blog posts of some like really cute things, like the kids and I made Play-Doh and they used it in some of their homework.
Yeah.
And so I have some awesome photos to share. And the only way I can share those photos with you guys, we can't do it on our videos, really. The best way to show you that is to tell you a little story about it in print and show you that photo. So just some really great things that they've been doing. I'm trying to take more snapshots, more pictures of the kids as they're doing stuff. So
Can you tell we're branching out?
I am very busy, but if I don't keep busy, I will just curl up on this bed back here and just do nothing.
Yeah.
So it's better for me to be busy. When I am tired, I just curl up. I can't make myself do anything unless I am busy with things. So yeah. I need to be busy. We both need to be busy.
Yes, we do.
So, oh yes, Emma should do a paragraph or two, or maybe do a post, or I should share one of her poems. She has become quite the writer. She says, Mom, my story I'm working on right now is 1,000 words. Yes, I taught her how to use Word, and she has been logging herself onto the computer every morning and working on her story. So
it's actually getting pretty good, especially for a 9-year-old.
Yeah, she's 9.5, you guys. And like she just started like this year with her language arts. Yeah. And they've really started to teach her how to plan a story, and start to write. So it's great.
Emma's column.
It's great.
That sounds like one of those Dear
Abby.
Dear Abby
is the one I grew up with.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of them all over.
Dear Abby,
America.
My boyfriend doesn't like me anymore. What should I do?
Move on. All right, we are.
Oh my god,
20 minutes over.
Well, you guys, we've been sitting here and like, what was it last week? Our internet kept dropping frames so horribly, and we had to like re-upload. We have dropped no frames.
That was 2 weeks
ago. 2 weeks ago?
Because last week we didn't do a live stream because it was Christmas.
We
put together a really quick video for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that little snippet. If you haven't, check it out.
And Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We're really praying for the DFAM that God is blessing you and will bless you above and beyond anything you could have hoped or imagined for.
Absolutely. In
2021. Because if we can pray for you that and it happens for you, it's going to happen for us as well. We are so excited. If you go back and watch our New Year's Eve live stream from last year, getting ready for 2020, we were pumped. And then things happened. And we're still pumped, but it's a different, there's more planning put into it. There's more time that we have dedicated to the future.
Yeah.
And we just feel like 2021 is actually going to be our launching point. We thought 2020 was going to be it, and it was just kind of a foundational year.
Yeah.
Pulling us back to our roots.
And then also being like, oh yeah, by the way, have fun crawling, trying to survive.
Like basically stripping everything away and saying what is most important. You can't continue your life the way you're going if you want to achieve anything. So
well, it looks like a couple people are heading out. Thank you, FullTime Dream, for stopping by.
Thank you so much.
Jerome, Joyce, Noel, Bonani. Oh, okay.
It's all French.
Yeah,
it's
all French to me. Sorry. Happy New Year and Philip,
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
We told Philip that he said up earlier on that day it's a long time since we got to game.
I know.
And I'm like, we're gonna have to do it next time we're in Washington.
I know.
So
either that or we have to find some way of playing a game over I don't know, over the internet somehow.
Over Zoom
call. Everybody set up your board. Okay, Philip, where did you move?
That might be a little interesting.
Yeah.
All right, well, we are going to go ahead and call it a night. Thank you guys so much for sticking around, especially those of you that join us normally.
Don't
but
forget
had
to check out the
change your
website.
schedules.
Yeah.
Yeah, check out the schedule website.
Mhm.
I'm rambling. So
No, it's okay. You can ramble. He's worked hard this week, you guys. He's worked very hard.
now, if you noticed in that interview, if I wasn't talking much, it wasn't because I didn't want to.
He was
I
exhausted.
was exhausted. I came back and we're like, okay, we're doing this interview, and she kind of told me in person what some of the questions were.
I should have written some down for him and said,
Yeah.
here, ask these. I couldn't like mime across the
She
space.
tried to mime at one point, and
I'm
I
like,
couldn't.
Ask him about, you know what I'm saying? No, he didn't know what I was
I was
saying.
like, communicate? Like, I didn't want to be like, huh? What? So,
it was great. The interview was
anyways.
great. I mean, between me and Bridget, we talk a lot.
Yeah.
We didn't talk over you guys too much, so.
No. But, all right. Thank you.
fam. We love ya.
Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And as always, live life
intentionally.
Why is it we say it all at the same time? All
Ready?
the time. Live life intentionally.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.